Everybody, what's going on? It's your boy Ed, aka Nasty Eddie. Last time we saw each other, I was in the great state of Utah celebrating some milestones with my wife. One of them was my 50th birthday, and yes, it's hard to believe that this handsome beast of a man that you're staring at is 50. But the second milestone, and the most important one, was that we celebrated 20 years of marriage. And anyone who's been married for 20 years or longer, or working their way up to it, knows that it ain't easy. So right now we're on the Lenape Trail. This section of trail runs through West Orange, New Jersey, and this is the section of trail that I voluntarily maintain on behalf of the South Mountain Conservancy. And we also work in conjunction with the New York, New Jersey Trail Conference. So if anyone is interested in actually doing some volunteer trail work, I will leave a link in the description below. You know, if you're a person who loves being outdoors, volunteering is a great way to give back to your community, give back to the trail community in general. It's also a great way to meet other people, network. You can also learn a bunch of new skills. You know, you'll go out and learn how to clear a trail, how to cut drainage ditches and so forth. It's a great way, but I think the most important thing is that it gives you a good representation of what it actually takes to keep these trails open for people to use, because contrary to popular belief, a lot of these trails are maintained off the back of volunteers, and if it wasn't for those volunteers, these trails would be in terrible shape. So just remember that. It's those little ones that get you. All right. So here's a good prime example of a tree. This one we can handle this with the reciprocating saw. So we'll cut this one. We'll get this out of the way.
Hold on.
And just like that, we got our second victim of the day. That's a little bigger, but we can get that one. Well, I brought 2 batteries, and I went through both batteries trying to cut through these 2 logs. If I had a chainsaw, it would be a lot quicker, but I don't really know how to operate a chainsaw, so until I actually know how to operate one, and safely operate one, I should say, then I'll get a chainsaw. So I will take the loss on this one, but I'll come back in a couple of days with a fresh battery. We'll get it out. This trail isn't too bad. I mean, I'm very surprised because we had a pretty vicious winter, and I figured with all the storms that we had, there would have just been trees down everywhere, but it looks like it's just those 2 trees, and then the rest of it is just small stuff that I can handle here and there. So if the weather is good, I'll come back out over the weekend because I have to work Saturday. So I'll probably come out Sunday, finish cutting that log, getting it out of the way, and then the rest of it is pretty much just going to be clearing the tread, and then I'm in pretty good shape unless another tree comes down. All right, weather's moving in, so I gotta double time it. So gotta end it here because I do not want to die today. Maybe tomorrow, but I definitely don't want to die today. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and like I said, I promise I'm gonna be a much better man in 2026. Okay, I always keep my word. See you guys on the next one. Peace.